philosophy, of course. Like, are we even surprised, you know? All right, let's start talking about the law of attraction. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Rachel and this is my channel. So if you guys have been here for a while, you might know, you probably know, that I have made quite a few Manifestation Monday videos in the past. And I'm still a very spiritual person, but I'm not really going to be making so many videos about the law of attraction anymore. It's not because I'm not practicing the law of attraction in my daily life, it's just because I kind of have a different vision for where I want my channel to go. This isn't like one of those things where I'm changing up my entire channel. I'm just not going to be making as many spiritual videos. But I thought it would also be weird to just kind of stop making them. So I decided to make one video, this video here, just covering the basics of the law of attractions, what the law of attraction is, how I've used it to manifest certain things in my life, and then 5 basic approaches that I've used and I've found work the best when you are practicing the law of attraction and practicing manifesting things into your life. So first of all, in case any of you guys are new here or you don't really know what the law of attraction is, I just want to clarify, what is the law of attraction? Basically, the law of attraction just states that like vibrations attract like vibrations. So if you are putting out positive energy, you're going to receive positive energy. And in the same way, if you put out negative energy, you're going to attract negative energy in return. So it's kind of just a basic principle that says the way you act, the way you think is going to dictate how your life kind of turns out, if that makes sense. So what is my experience with the law of attraction? By no means am I a law of attraction expert or a law of attraction guru. Guru? What? I'm sorry, I can't say guru for some reason. Maybe I'm saying it right and I'm overthinking it. By no means am I an expert on this topic. But what I have done with the law of attraction is I've manifested the body that I have right now. I've manifested like a new sense of confidence, which I never had before. If you guys have been here for quite a while, you know that I used to have really big issues with like body positivity. I made an entire video on body positivity. But yeah, so I manifested the body that I have and the confidence that I have right now. I manifested a better relationship with my mom and my dad and my sister. So you guys wouldn't know this because obviously I never like broadcasted this on the internet, but I used to kind of like not get along with my family that well, and it's not their fault and it's not my fault. It was just like miscommunication and me being a teenager thinking I knew everything, and my sister going through her own things, and we just weren't getting along. So I used to feel really, really alone, and like I didn't really have much of a support system at home. Even though my parents did try, like they did everything right pretty much, it's just I didn't feel like I had a support system. But I really worked on it, and I actually manifested like an improvement in my relationships with all 3 of them, my mom, my dad, and my sister. Me and my sister were barely even on speaking terms. Now we're like best friends. Like it's kind of crazy, but that's another experience that I've had with manifesting. Also, this YouTube platform. I know I'm not a super big YouTuber, but I have definitely come a long way since the beginning of my YouTube channel. I remember being like 13 years old watching Bethany Mota. Yes, I was a motivator. I love Bethany Mota, and I always wanted to be a YouTuber, but I never had the confidence, and I just never really knew what I was doing, and I thought I wouldn't know what I'm doing, so I can't do it. And then I eventually found out about the law of attraction, and I kind of just jumped into it, and I manifested what I now have as my YouTube channel, and it's one of the best things I've ever done in my entire life. I know that sounds cheesy, but I seriously love making videos for you guys, and I love YouTube, and this is another thing that I've manifested. I manifested my living arrangements for next year when I'm going to college. And then also, I've just kind of manifested a lot of plans that I have for the future. Things that I never would have thought of, but things that just kind of came into my life. A lot of these being opportunities for income online. Because Also, if you've been here a while, you might know that I used to work at Kohl's. I was in like a sales associate, but that only lasted for a couple months. It was driving me insane. Like, my mental health plummeted. I hated working. Like, I didn't like working that way. I've always kind of wanted to live like a creative life, more entrepreneur-like. I found opportunities online that will allow me to make some income while I'm doing college next year. So those are all of my experiences with manifestations and the law of attraction. Now I'm going to tell you guys how I did it. So the first thing I did in order to manifest this wonderful life that I have right now is I found this deep sense of gratitude. Basically, what I figured out is that gratitude was the first and easiest thing for me to connect to when I was first learning about the law of attraction. This is where I first started, and I think it's a great place to start because it's kind of grounding. When you hear about the law of attraction, you always think, oh, everything that you want in the future, and you think like, oh, I can just create this future that I want for myself. But with gratitude, it's more so, this is what I'm so grateful that I have right now. It's not so much looking towards the future. And I think that's a mistake a lot of people make with the law of attraction, is they automatically just put all their faith in their life in the future, instead of remembering that you need to ground yourself where you are right now so that you can actually get to the future. What I would recommend if you're starting out with the law of attraction is develop a very deep sense of gratitude. You can do this in a multitude of ways. For me, the best way to do it for me is gratitude journaling. I have a gratitude journal that I journal in almost every morning. I'll just write what I am grateful for at the top, and then I'll list at least 3 things. And you can come up with at least 3 things every single day. It really gives you perspective, and it makes you more positive and appreciative for what you have too. And that's sending signals to the universe that you are grateful for what you have. And when you're grateful for what you have, the universe is more likely to be like, oh, okay, I'll give you more because you'll be grateful for it and you like it. Think about when you give a gift to someone. You're more likely to want to give gifts to someone who's like, oh my god, thank you, that's so nice, and they're super grateful for it, compared to if you give a gift to someone who's like, oh, that's cool, I kind of wanted this, but you know. You want to give to people who are grateful. The universe works the same way. It wants to give you what you want. It really, really does. But it's not going to want to give you what you want if you're not appreciative for what you have. And that's the best way I can explain it. So the first thing I recommend is that you develop a sense of gratitude. Journal in the morning. Tell the universe, just be like, oh my god, I'm so grateful for this. Or if you don't like talking to, you know, the sky or whatever, you can just tell your friends, tell your family, be like, I'm so grateful for your friendship. I'm so grateful for your counsel. I'm so grateful that you bought me this. I'm so grateful that I have this life. And just talk to people about it. Or, like I said, just journal it. That's the easiest way to do it. Whatever works for you. Find what works for you and develop a sense of gratitude. So the next basic thing that you need to do if you want to manifest stuff into your life is visualization, okay? Like, you cannot wish for something without knowing what it is that you want. In the same way, you cannot receive something from the universe without kind of having an idea of what it's going to be like, having a mental picture. If you can't see yourself having what you want, then the universe isn't going to be able to see you having that. You can do this also in a variety of ways. The thing with the law of attraction is it's different for everyone, and there's different techniques that work for some people and don't work for others. So when it comes to the law of attraction, experiment. That's probably my biggest tip in this entire video. Experiment, see what works for you. So while I can look up and say, thank you so much for this life, like, I am so grateful for everything, other people would have a really hard time doing that, and maybe for them, gratitude journaling is better. In the same way, techniques for visualization differ depending on what your preference is. So I'm going to give you a couple examples. One thing I like to do is meditating, but I also know that a lot of people find meditation very, very hard. When I do meditate, I typically will close my eyes, get quiet, focus on my breathing. That kind of helps get you out of your head in a sense and more in tune with your thoughts, and then I'll start visualizing the thing that I want to manifest. For some people, that doesn't really work. If you're one of those people, maybe something that would work better for you is creating a dream board. This is pretty easy. You can do it on Pinterest and just create boards of certain things you're trying to manifest. So if you're trying to manifest confidence, start pinning a bunch of quotes about confidence. The fact that you're going to look at those all the time will just kind of get that repetition and tell the universe that you're serious about wanting that confidence. Let's say you're trying to manifest a relationship, or you're trying to manifest a more healthy lifestyle. Those are all things that you can go on Pinterest, find pictures of, things that inspire you, and create boards, and then continually repeat the process of finding more images, putting it in your board, and then looking at your board all the time. It's going to send messages to the universe that you're serious about what you want, and it's going to help you visualize what you do actually want. It doesn't even have to be that strategic either. You can just sit on your bed or on the couch or wherever you are. You could be lying in bed at nighttime, and all you have to do is just start visualizing what it is that you want. It's really that simple. Okay, so this is probably one of the hardest or weirdest ones for people who are new to the law of attraction, but it is the art of acting as if. Basically, all it is acting as if you have the very thing that you want. In order to get what you want, you have to appreciate what you have as if it was what you wanted. The scenario I like to use to describe this is, let's say you are wanting to move into a new apartment or a house. So I used to always be thinking, I want to live in my own apartment, and I still do, but I wasn't going about it in the right way, because I was thinking, oh, I hate where I live. It sucks here. I just want to move. I want to get out of here. That's not going to manifest you anything, because that's coming from negative thoughts. What you really want to do is start acting as if you already have that apartment. So when I figured this out, I started taking care of my bedroom as if it were my own apartment. I'd spend a bunch of time here, watch movies, pretend that I was in my own apartment, kind of treat it like it was my own apartment. And I'm not saying I'm like moving into my dream apartment next year, but I've found apartments that like are actually kind of within my budget for my second year of college. I'm going to save money my first year and live with my cousin, but after that year I'm going to move into an apartment, and I've found a bunch that are within my price range, and they're almost exactly what I've always wanted. And I think a big part of that is because of that transition I made in acting as if I already had that where I am now. Basically, if you start acting as if you already have the thing that you want, you're attracting the right vibes, the right energy to get you what you want. If you're not acting as if, you're not sending out the right vibes, you're not sending out the right energy, and you're not going to get what you want. The next part is all about positive energy and believing in magic. Positivity is sort of like the fuel for the law of attraction. Without positivity, we wouldn't get anywhere. People who have negative energy, they think that nothing's going to work out, so then lo and behold, real shocker here, they don't get what they want. The more positive you are, the higher your vibrations are going to be. And the higher your vibrations are, the higher your chances of getting exactly what you want and manifesting your dream life is. Also, so obviously positivity, but also, I know it sounds so cliche, but you also have to believe in magic. If you don't believe that what you're doing is going to work, then you're sending that message to the universe too, and it's not gonna work. If you are practicing the law of attraction, you have to believe it's gonna work. Otherwise, you're contradicting yourself and it's gonna like cancel out. If you're trying to manifest a relationship, but you're also thinking, what am I doing? This is pointless. Like, this isn't gonna get me a relationship. The universe is going to receive the signs that you want a relationship and that you're trying to be serious about it, but it's also gonna get the message that you don't believe it's gonna happen. So the universe is gonna be like, it's not gonna happen. And then that's kind of how it goes. So you have to believe that what you're doing is going to work, or it's not going to work. And my final strategy for manifesting your dream life is practicing with affirmations and mantras. I'm not super big on affirmations and mantras just because it's kind of weird for me. It's one of those things that I'm not the type of person who's like chanting like, I am great, I am beautiful, I am a boss. Like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird for me to do that. So I kind of practice the other things, but affirmations and mantras can be very, very helpful. So I wanted to include them in this video. And also I have used them. I don't go super in depth with them, but they are effective, so you should practice them. They're kind of like ways of reassuring yourself or giving yourself a pep talk for the very thing that you want to manifest. I want to give you a quick example. So the big game changer for me in manifesting my confidence was actually mantras and affirmations. And the way that I went about doing it was I would look in the mirror every morning. I'd force myself to. In the beginning, it felt very weird. I was like, I am a crazy person. I am actually a crazy lady. But I did it anyway because I read that it worked, and you know, everything on the internet is true, so I believed it would work. So I would look in the mirror and I would say, you are beautiful, strong, and confident. Those are my 3 things, and I always said it every single morning. And I'd look at myself and I'd like genuinely mean it. I'd try to make myself genuinely mean it. You kind of have to fake it until you make it when it comes to this, but I did eventually start actually believing that I was beautiful, strong, and confident. And then that's kind of the game changer. Like, it was that simple. It ended up working. I know it sounds crazy, and it wasn't that simple. It's not like I just looked in the mirror and I'm like, you're beautiful, strong, and confident, and then the next day I'm like, boom, I am amazing. You're not gonna wake up and be the very thing that you're saying you are, but it's kind of like a constant reassurance and a pep talk to yourself that you can have the very thing that you want. Whenever we talk about the law of attraction, I already said this, but I want to make it very clear. Everyone's experiences and everyone's preferences on how they go about manifesting the things that they want is very, very different, and that's okay. It's because we have different preferences, different comfort zones, different ideas, different, you know, dreams, whatever. We're all very different. So what works for me might not work for you. These are the things that worked the most for me. They were the most effective and beneficial. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. At the very least, I hope you found it entertaining or like informational, I guess. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Make sure to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, leave a comment down below what you do in order to manifest your desires, or if you're going to try any of the things I mentioned in this video. And yeah, with all that said, I'll just see you guys all in my next video. Bye guys!
Running through the jungle, I've been running the wolves to get to you, to get to you. Up and down the darkest alley, so the dark side of the moon to get to you, to get to you. I look for love in every stranger, took too much to